Nestled on the coast of Devon is one of England's most celebrated and scenic fishing towns. Brixham was once a thriving boat-building community with a fleet of trawlers that revolutionised the fishing industry in the 19th century. The fishing fleet remains, as do the quaint, colourful houses, and hidden amongst them sits St Peter's Church. Built specially for the Brixham fishing community in 1874, it was deconsecrated 100 years later. With property prices high in this picture postcard town, Neil Worrell and Jackie Robinson have bought half the church for a cut-down price of £100,000. They've gone 50-50 on the cost, and they plan to transform it into a holiday home.
It's almost like the church is looking down at you and saying, oh, yeah, you know, thanks for buying me.
It's like a Cinderella property, really. Yeah. We hope it'll be really beautiful.
Yeah.
Half the church has already been converted into flats, and it's a difficult building to access. In the last 20 years since the church was closed, it's had 2 previous owners. The last owner failed to convert it into a living space.
What we agreed was that Neil would be in charge of structural stuff, all the technical stuff, and I would do all the nice bits, really.
Neil is an architect who trained at the Royal College of Art, and Jackie runs her own HR consultancy business.
We've been together, 4 years, but we're both quite independent and lead quite independent lives.
They currently live apart, Jackie in London and Neil in Hertfordshire. And having both been married before, they hope that by restoring the church, it will bring them closer together.
It's a project of love between us, and we want to do it together and enjoy it. We bought it on Valentine's Day. We'd like to finish on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's the idea. We'll have a party on Valentine's Day.
I've come to help and advise them as they begin their restoration journey.
Good morning.
Hello, George.
How are you? Lovely to meet you.
Good, thank
You well?
How
Nice
are
to
you?
meet you.
So this is it.
Yes, our church.
It's not what I expected at all.
No.
When someone says you're going to see a church, you think it's going to be some kind of big, grand, prominent building.
No.
And actually it's this tiny little thing tucked away in the hillside.
Cute, isn't it?
Really cute.
Yeah.
From the outside,
I
you can
know.
see
Well
little
done.
cracks here and there. The
Yeah.
coping stones are going, the guttering's all
Yeah.
shot. The slate tiles are not
I
bad.
knew there was a lot of work involved in it, but with a bit of persuasion, we sort of thought, yeah, we do love it, and we'll go for
Yeah.
it.
She's lovely, though, isn't she?
She's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. She'll go inside and have a look.
As half the church has already been converted, what's left is by far the most challenging part to restore. This includes the chancel, where the choir would have sat, and half the nave, which currently forms the basement. Access is on the side of the building, leaving a total space of 2,000 square feet.
This is the... This
It
is the main
is
part
big
of the
inside,
church.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's really deceptive, isn't it? Oh my God.
Yes,
yeah,
you can walk on that,
steady,
George, you're okay.
careful.
To the previous owners, this unusual combination of chancel and nave has so far proved impossible to convert. But with Neil's architectural expertise and Jackie's heart set on the project, they think they can succeed where others have failed.
It's beautiful. I mean, you've got the fantastic roof panelling, which is really elegant, and all these lovely details with the stone arches and the cornicing. It's really beautiful, actually.
The church is Gothic revival, a style that swept across Britain during the Victorian era. It harked back to our God-fearing medieval past. New architectural movements brought differing styles over the centuries, but with the Church of England keen to reassert its authority against other faiths, churches were once again embellished with more austere Gothic features. St Peter's is no exception, although more modestly, with its pointed windows, decorative buttresses and stone arches. But sadly, because of its difficult location and troublesome layout, it's been left to rot. The sea air and rain has seeped into the building.
A lot of damp, though.
A lot of damp.
Yeah.
You can always tell when you walk into an old building when there's kind of moisture in the air. It kind of hits the back of your
But
throat.
we're lucky to have a roof
Yeah.
vent and some other vents, and there is some air circulation. But
I love the optimism at the beginning of projects. I love it. It's not too bad, is it? Look, look, I'm just looking over here. Look, I can see daylight through there. This is what I call cottage cheese, right? This is when timber... There you go. Look at that.
Yeah. Wow.
That would have been
Lovely,
solid oak.
Neil's
at one
never
point.
shown me that before. Have you been hiding that?
There's a good reason for that.
Yeah.
Upstairs, the church is full of transcending light. But down below in the basement, it's a different story altogether. Because of the positioning of the church and the steepness of the hill, half of it is underground, with no natural light.
That just doesn't feel like a church.
Well, we sometimes call this the crypt, George, but actually this is actually half of the body of the church.
How do you get natural light in?
Well, before we bought it, we put in a planning application and we got permission for a couple of
Two skylights,
big roof lights.
I mean, that is the biggest challenge,
Correct.
obviously.
Yeah.
Is how do you get natural light into these very dark subterranean spaces?
Yeah.
So, just how are they going about designing the subterranean dungeon?
OK, Neil. Design.
Neil's vision for the church has 3 separate elements. He wants to convert the basement into 3 bedrooms and a master bedroom, all with en-suites. There's also a guest lounge, divided by a slim diagonal corridor. Above the master bedroom will be the main living area and kitchen, and above this, a new mezzanine level in the vaulted ceiling.
This is our Sky Lounge.
Yeah. We're putting
Sky
in
lounge.
2
Sky
different...
Lounge.
I don't know, these architects.
I don't know what the hell it's going to look like, but it sounds great.
Neil has decided to try and harness the main source of light from the church windows by creating a void with an open balcony looking down into the basement, which just happens to be their bedroom. It's a great way of getting light downstairs, but I'm worried about privacy.
Basically, it's just one of those things that if, say you've got friends over for dinner, and one of you decides you're going to go to bed early while the other one is still gassing away, you're going to be lying in bed downstairs, so you're going to hear absolutely everything.
Yeah.
You're going to have no privacy whatsoever. So it all comes down to how you live.
I can see why Neil wants to bring natural light into the basement, because it needs it. But there is another way of solving the problem.
You can get around it. You can put a glass floor in. If you just want to get the light in, you can put a solid structural glass floor. People can still walk over the top of it. You'll still get all the natural light in, and you maintain your levels of privacy.
I think what we have been very mindful about as well is that generally glass is expensive, isn't it?
This is the architectural wonder of this building.
Absolutely.
This is the space to celebrate and love. So if that's where you need to spend a bit more money,
Then you've got to spend it.
you've got to spend it.
Another issue I'm worried about downstairs is their use of a slim diagonal corridor that cuts through the rooms. But I've got an idea about how this can be changed to create more light and the illusion of more space.
You've got the potential to put another bedroom there, natural light in from the side. Yep. And then you do a bigger bedroom back here. And then what you're doing is you're losing your corridor. It's a big step. You're losing this cranked corridor. And the playroom, if you like, the kids' hangout area,
That still has a roof light.
is that with all the roof light over it.
It's taken me 10
Corridor.
months to work out the plans with Jackie, George, and we've just improved them.
I've just read them.
That's a very magnanimous thing to say, darling.
As an architect, it's great that Neil is open to my suggestions to his design. But they face 2 major challenges. Neil and Jackie are managing the build remotely, and their budget is only £100,000. For an ambitious project like this, I don't think it's enough.
Your biggest problem is your budget.
Yeah. How much do you think the budget
No,
should be then?
don't say.
No, do. And then I can have a
don't
completely
say.
sleepless night.
No, don't say. Please don't say. I always said that everything costs £1,000, but there are 1,000 things.
That would be £1 million, which you haven't got.
It's my belief that you can build to reasonable budgets if you have control over it and if you don't go over the top and if you manage it properly.
It's quite scary for me what he says about cost, and I don't take that lightly, really.
I have to say that Neil and Jackie are unbelievably brave for even thinking about taking on this project. They've got everything stacked against them. They've got neighbours above them, alongside them, neighbours all around them. Site access is unbelievably difficult. And the budget, I just don't know how they're going to do this for the money they've got. This is one of the most difficult restoration projects I've ever seen.
Neil and Jackie have been together for 4 years. And now they've decided to take on a challenging restoration project in Devon in the hope that it will cement their relationship. To be close to the build, they're having to rent accommodation for 12 months, already an added expense for Jackie's budget. Today, the building inspector is visiting site to sign off Neil's plans, which needs to happen before any major structural work can begin.
We looked at the roof. They've taken away the ceilings. A lot of the valley gutters are rotten, and those will obviously need to be repaired, replaced. All these types of hidden problems can be exposed once the build starts properly.
Further checks on the roof confirm their worst fears about the damp.
It will affect the budget, yeah, because we'll obviously have to, potentially replace the whole roof rather than just reslate it. We'll have to do the whole roof afresh.
But with the green light from building control, architect Neil is excited to get going and is never short of new ideas.
Maybe you could have 3 columns at the end of the bed. Build them into the bed.
What kind of columns?
Well, I don't know, frame it with oak or something. And have some curtains or something.
Oh, no, I don't want.
They can also start sandblasting the 100-year-old plaster, which will expose the original Gothic features. And they've even started erecting the internal steel frames. 2 months later, and with the build in full flow, I'm keen to find out how Neil and Jackie have been getting on.
Morning. Anybody home? Or nearly home. It's not quite home yet, is it? There you are.
How are you?
Very good. So steel frames all in. The little decks, your little mezzanine floor decks are in. You've done all the sandblasting done as well. Look at that.
Yeah.
That looks really smart and clean on all the stonework, doesn't it?
Really pleased with how that's come up, yeah.
So how much have you actually been here in terms of time?
Well, we've just had a 2-week stint here, and we've been coordinating the sort of final strip-out stage and the next phase of the works, really. So we've been, on and off.
Are you starting to feel a little bit stretched?
No. I think so far we're keeping up with it. Actually, I have to admit. And I think I keep on saying to Jackie, it's going to get easier.
And how's the project management coming along?
She's doing very well. She's organising me very well.
I'm particularly interested to see the basement and whether or not they've taken my advice on losing the diagonal corridor we discussed in my first visit.
Oh, my word. What an amazing change.
Yeah.
That's incredible. You've broken all this out. So this is going to be the new position for the bedrooms because we flipped it, haven't we? Completely flipped it round.
Yeah.
You've got your little window starting to break through there.
Yeah.
There's that little inscription up there.
This is the old church window into the nave, George, which is where we're standing now, and we found this memorial plaque. It says, "And in affectionate remembrance of Charles Robinson, Vicar of St John's, Torquay, to whose priestly love for the toilers of the sea, this chapel mainly owes its existence."
Because this building's been converted with the flats above, and all these windows have been kind of chopped in half and carved up, and everything's been covered over, you kind of forget that stuff's there. It's just a lovely thing about the Fisherman as well. I mean, that's why this is here.
Yeah.
Neil's also taken on board my other idea to fit a glass floor in the main living room, letting even more light downstairs, but giving the master bedroom the privacy it needs. He'll need to order 4 giant panes of toughened glass, but not before we've worked out the design.
Definitely frosted there, definitely frosted on that triangle, definitely clear in the middle, but a lighter grading of frosting.
Be the icing on the cake.
With light being such an important part of this project, Neil has also designed a large roof light that doubles up as a balcony. This is Neil's Sky Lounge idea, and I've been given the honour of making the first cut.
Whoa! Let there be light. And there was. Easy does it.
This is the first time since the church was built that anyone has stood this high in the building and looked out over the stunning Brixham Bay.
Ahoy there! Look at that! You can see for miles. That is fantastic.
Good.
Do you know what? I actually feel really honoured and privileged.
Wow. Brilliant. Hello, Christine.
I'll tell you what, Neil and Jackie have made the most fantastic start. Such a brilliant amount of progress in just 8 weeks.
But problems with the roof are causing them delays. With the summer months over, it's a race against time to make the church weathertight. And it's going to cost Neil and Jackie an extra £20,000.
We're over budget. Neil might say that we're not, but we are over budget. We have actually spent quite a chunk of money on accommodation and travel. We never budgeted to do the church roof completely, just the sheer volume of things that need to be done.
And that's not all. While site access is making it difficult to get building supplies in, it's proven trickier to get the waste out.
Jackie's been banned from the local waste disposal because she's been taking builders' rubbish.
With so much of the old roof to get rid of and no outside space, Jackie's helping her neighbours by supplying them with firewood.
I'm just doing the daily wood run. It's nice to know that the wood's been put to good use. It's just a bit of a hike up the hill. It's really difficult because the roads are so narrow. It's expensive to get rid of rubbish as well, so we're trying to reuse what we can.
Progress is slow as this church refuses to surrender to Neil and Jackie's will. Costs on renting accommodation are spiralling as they need to spend more time on the build. And as the autumn rains arrive, it's beginning to dawn on Jackie just how tough this restoration really is.
I do a hard day on the site and then I go and do the washing and all the domestic bits as well. We're working weekends, we're working long days. It is without its challenges for sure.
The roof was delayed because of the planning, and that meant we couldn't start until September. We're now into October, and the wet weather's come and hit us with a vengeance. We've had trouble keeping the water out this week. We've had Devon downpours. Jackie's stormed back to London. It's a bit upset.
Having spent the whole summer and autumn working at full throttle, things are now taking their toll. Away from Brixham, Jackie's able to take an objective view on the whole project.
I thought, the best thing for me to do was just to come back to London. Physically, your mind is willing, but your kind of body gets a bit tired sometimes.
This restoration was meant to bring Neil and Jackie closer together, but now it's in danger of pulling them apart. They're still only halfway through the build and now £20,000 over budget, with serious concerns about how they're going to finish the project. But Neil is forging on with the structural work in the hope that his belief in the church will bring Jackie back on site. With Neil toughing it out at the church and Jackie spending less time on site, Neil's had to make some big decisions, and it's given him some time to reflect on their situation.
I don't think you can make this amount of investment without going for it and living in it, and that's always been my goal, really. I think possibly slightly less Jackie's. I think it is true to say that it reflects our love for each other.
Yeah. Are you both going to live here full time?
Yeah.
Does she know that?
She's persuading herself. With Jackie, you can't push Jackie, you've got to lead her.
Has it been quite hard work along the way? Because, most people would say that doing a building project is the worst thing you could do to build a relationship.
The cold, with the wet, with all the stresses of me trying to sort of design it and Jackie trying to organise it, there are major complexities there. I think it can push you to the limit, actually, and you've only got to go a bit further and, you can literally be over the edge. I'm shocked, again, by how deep you have to go and how expensive it is and how complicated it is and how dirty it is and how tough it is, really. I mean, it is all consuming, tough, hard.
The success of the restoration depends on Neil and Jackie's drive and passion for the building. I want to take them to a place which I hope will inspire them. Castle Cork is a glittering 19th century Gothic Revival castle in Wales, and it's got some fantastic features that would help Neil and Jackie decorate their own Gothic church on an overstretched budget.
It used to obviously be a kind of medieval castle, a ruin, left and abandoned for years and years. And then in 1875, the third Marquess of Bute, who was one of the richest men in the world at the time, commissioned William Burgess, who was really one of the pioneers of Gothic revival architecture. I thought I would show you the drawing room first, more than anything.
Blimey.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
It's stunning, it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, the roof's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I love these galleries and the paintings and the ceiling.
When you get up to this level and you look at the detail, you actually realise that all the trickery works. This is all just stencil effect. This is very, very basic stuff. You look at the butterflies over there, you look at that little flower motif, it's all stenciled. Dum, dum, dum. Very quick, very easy, very cheap. It's just paint. This is without a doubt one of the most ornate and decorative interiors imaginable. And it's been a real inspiration for Neil and Jackie. But if they're going to achieve the same effect, they've got to use the same Victorian trickery to get something so lavish on a very affordable budget. And that's a big challenge.
With the Devon downpours now behind them and a new year dawning, they've had time to reflect on their situation. Having spent more time than they planned renting in Brixham, Neil's finally had a chance to talk to Jackie about living together permanently in the church.
So things seem to have changed a little bit.
Uh-huh.
I hear.
Yes, yeah.
So to fill me in?
Yeah, well, we are going to move to Brixham when the building's finished. We've decided that we want to use that as the main base. So yeah, that's a big step actually.
It's a huge step.
Yeah.
And how do you feel
Neil
about
and
that?
I have never lived together.
I know, that's why I'm thinking it's massive.
Yeah.
Did you take a bit of persuading?
No.
Come on.
Neil tells me that I've got an alpha male's view on commitment.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
He's mad about you. He is.
God, what has he been saying?
He is. He's a right soppy bugger.
Yeah, no, he is. He's lovely. He enriches my life, actually.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Neil's battled through to get the roof finished, and now that the church is finally wind and watertight, they can start to think ahead to the detail, the colours and finishes. And Jackie's back playing her role in this all-consuming restoration.
And we got...
Oh my word. You've done the stars on the ceiling.
Yeah.
That's proper William Burgess stuff, that is. Yeah. You have been absolutely directly inspired by all of his work, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's good. And, when you look at the picture from Castle Cork and then you look at this, you can kind of see the similarities. I mean, it's our own version of it, obviously. But one of the things that you have to decide kind of is at what point you kind of do something like this. And actually, it's worked really well for us. It's been really motivating.
Actually, it has, actually.
Because, we've had all the mayhem, going on downstairs, and then you come in here and there's a guy up his ladder painting stars. Do you know what I mean? And everyone's going, oh, all right.
It's quite surreal.
Yeah.
His name was Mark, and we've renamed him Michelangelo.
Ingenious as always, Neil has come up with a way to imprint the stars, his own take on William Burgess' design.
We couldn't find any stars that we liked, so we made some.
You actually made some
Yeah.
stars.
We made them. We designed them and we had them cut out, George.
And now I've got a chance to make my own mark on this restoration.
4 to 5.
Can I do some?
Please. Yes. So what you do is you put literally the smallest amount of paint on and just dab. That's it. Stronger dabs, that's it.
Ta-da!
Star of George.
The Star of George. The George Star. You can't get more egotistical than that, can you?
Could Could you just do another 100 or so?
So how's it been? How's it been in terms of the work and the hours and the commitment you've had to put into it?
There's been a lot of work, particularly for Neil, because all routes really lead to Neil, because Neil's on site all day, and then, you know, when we're finished, then it's like, you know, looking at designs of things, sourcing
10
things.
o'clock at night. What is this, Neil? What are we doing with it? Like, leave me alone.
It's pretty relentless, though, isn't it?
It is.
I mean,
It's
it is a
full on,
marathon.
yeah. It is full on. We're really enjoying it, but it probably is more stressful than we realise, actually.
Yeah.
It's the first thing we talk about in the morning and the last thing probably at night.
So a real passion and love for the building, actually.
Yeah, because it has got such a rich history that you just feel that you want to do it for all the people before you, really.
It seems the build has been energised by Jackie and Neil's decision to move permanently to Brixham. But there's still a huge amount of work to do before they can call this their new home. With Neil and Jackie now fully committed to living in the church permanently when it's finished, it's a massive day for the build. The glass floor separating the ground floor and the basement is about to be fitted. To get to this point, Neil has commissioned with pinpoint precision 4 giant panels of glass that will be fitted perfectly into the void. Each pane is triple glazed, heated and toughened so that it can withstand 2 tons of structural weight. Once the glass has been laminated together, it's then vacuum packed and reheated again. It's finally ready to be placed in this 100-year-old church to give it a new spatial dimension inconceivable to its original architects. The glass panes have been custom made at a cost of £4,000 each. One break would be a huge blow to the budget.
Come on.
Come on, Jackie. Come on, Jacqueline.
Take the scary step. Go on.
Come on, right, we're over to where you were.
It feels
No.
really odd.
Now, if you dare do it, jump.
No.
Come on.
Go on then.
Go on.
Ready? 1,
2,
2, 3. Go on, higher. Go on, more. Ready? You gotta keep jumping. Ready? Go on.
Higher, Jacqueline, come on, higher.
With the glass floor and expensive finishing touches, their budget is rapidly disappearing. But with Neil and Jackie's love for beautiful details, I'm sure the completed church will live up to their expectations. "14 months ago, this church in Brixham in Devon was derelict and unloved. When Jackie and Neil bought the church, it was dark, damp and forgotten. It was a project they had hoped would bring them closer together. At times, it had the opposite effect. But they battled through, and this church can now be called a home.
Oh my word. Unbelievable.
What used to be an abandoned shell with water pouring through it is now a magical vaulted space which harks back to the Gothic Revival period when the church was first built.
And the grading of the ceiling, you know, and those colours that you worked so hard for, didn't you? You really thought about getting that effect. Look at that! Look at that!
The new glass between the ground floor and basement has the incredible effect of floating in the space and connects the 2 levels together.
You've taken an old building and completely spun it and flipped it on its head.
Somebody came in the other day and said, "Oh, wow, this is mental." Yeah.
I mean, look at the light coming through there today. I mean, look at that. That is just magical, isn't it? I mean, it's stunningly beautiful. You've got your kind of cosy, snug
Yeah.
over here. You've got your dining area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're never going to move from that sofa. You're just going to sit there all the time looking at that. In fact, I'm going to do it. Bugger it. Doesn't get any better than that.
Through the decorative arch, there's a new kitchen, linked by another glass floor, hinting at the space below.
That nervousness of where you've got to step off a solid floor across a clear piece of glass to then go up onto the tiles.
This is harder, I think, than the other glass floor, actually, to stand on.
But I genuinely had absolutely no idea what the space was going to look like. And actually, you look now, the tiles are amazing.
And we still have a view, a nice view.
And then your cheeky little view, look at that. That's not a bad place to stand there and do the dishes, is it? And downstairs is a... I'm getting a glimpse of it from here, actually.
Downstairs is as special, actually.
The stairs that led down to a dark, damp bunker now descend to a bright, modern space. The bedrooms are light and airy, with space made for ensuite bathrooms. The new lounge is now bathed in natural light, and subtle touches serve as a gentle reminder of the important history of this church. What was the vicar's study and coal hall has been surprisingly transformed into Neil and Jackie's very own wet room.
Look at the coal hole.
Oh, my word. Oh, you've gone dark in here. That is mad, isn't it? It's quite ephemeral, actually, quite magical as a space.
But it's their bedroom, where the altar used to be, that has the biggest transformation.
The light is unbelievable. I mean, as the sunlight is just changing through that window above, it completely changes the atmosphere in the space.
Out of the bed.
It's incredible. Look at that. I mean, that is unbelievable. By doing this, it's just an architectural wonder.
From the basement up to the ceiling was originally one single space. Placing modern state-of-the-art glass in the new floor is a powerful and brave decision.
When you stood on it, you actually get a reflection from the windows.
But that's all about your Gothic church architecture. You're looking up to the heavens. That's why these buildings were in the form they were. And you're sitting here now and you just think, I am looking up to the heavens.
And as you look up, you see their heavenly sky lounge sitting in the apex of St. Peter's Church. It's features like this which really show Jackie and Neil's commitment to the restoration.
So what is the total figure, the total spend, roughly?
I think roughly the glass and the roof and the windows probably added about 50,000.
So you've spent about 170,000.
170, 175, yeah.
In total. In terms of that overspend, I'm assuming you didn't just have that money lying around. I mean, it's...
No,
I'm just trying to get a feel for how much of a commitment you've really made to it, really.
Yeah, massive commitment, you know.
Yeah, seriously, absolutely. That's my life savings gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah.
That's a massive step, isn't it?
Oh, it's a massive investment.
For Neil and Jackie, their passion and belief in restoring this forgotten church has had a profound effect on them.
I challenge anybody to do something like this without it actually really kind of, you know, impacting all aspects of your life, really.
It's surpassed our dreams, I think. Really. Oh, he's getting emotional.
This building has in the past been a beacon of spiritual comfort and hope to the Brixham fishermen and their families. Neil and Jackie's willingness to finish this restoration against all the odds make sure this church now has a place in the heart of the Brixham community once again.
Thank you so much for coming. It's brilliant. Welcome to Fisherman's Church. What do you think? That sounds like it was quite good. You sound like a bunch of pirates. We're all here, really, to celebrate all the fantastic work that you guys have put in together with all your team and everyone else, the builders and plasterers and everyone, over the last, what, year and a half? What's it been like, honestly?
Fantastic.
Because of Neil and Jackie's drive and commitment to the church, hopefully its legacy will never be forgotten.
To Neil and Jackie.
Thank you.
A fantastic restoration project, well done. When this church was first built, its main purpose was to bring the local fishing community together to make relationships stronger. And it seems to me that nearly 140 years later, this building has done exactly the same for Neil and Jackie.
Over the following months, Fisherman's Church proved to be more than a solid foundation for their new life together in Brixham. It became a catalyst too. Their newfound love of restoration is about to push them in a direction that neither of them could ever have imagined.
What on earth could you have possibly bought in a place like this?
3.5 years ago, Fisherman's Church inspired Neil and Jackie to make the life-changing decision to give up their corporate careers and begin a new chapter together in this seaside town. But now they've taken another leap into the unknown. Ever since visiting Brixham as a boy, Neil has harboured the dream of one day owning the most celebrated attraction in town. A replica of the Golden Hind.
The ship's been here for 50 years, and I remember it, you know, from when I was a teenager. So it's quite an iconic part of the town, and when it came up for sale, we thought, yeah, that's got to be a great thing to be involved in.
Neil and Jackie raised enough money to buy the galleon by scraping together savings and taking out a loan. With the ship pulling in over 10,000 visitors a year, this is their chance to fully establish themselves in the heart of Brixham.
I love the lifestyle, I love, you know, being with Jackie, I love where we are, I love the church, you know, it's great, it's a great environment.
The floating museum is a replica of the ship used by legendary captain Sir Francis Drake, who circumnavigated the globe in search of treasure for Queen Elizabeth I.
We've repainted all the masts, we've restrung a lot of the flags, we've made new flags, we've painted a lot of the outside, we've bitumened the decks 3 times just in the summer alone. So it's a sort of continuous process, really. We've just done new downstairs, we've done new displays, Jackie's done a new treasure display, which is very good.
Neil has enlisted the help of his son Elliot on this unusual restoration project.
Definitely didn't expect him to buy the boat, to be honest with you. No, the church was one thing, but when I found out about the boat, I was quite surprised, to be honest with you.
Settling into a tight-knit community is not always easy, but embracing a local business has really helped.
When they bought the Golden Hind, I think that was like a massive step, because the Golden Hind is a part of the history of Brixham. Yeah, I think they genuinely love it here. That's what comes across anyway, that it's genuine.
It's an ongoing job. It's like the church, actually. There's always something to do.
It's not as stressful as the church. In other ways, it is more stressful.
Yeah.
10 months after they bought the boat, I'm back to see what convinced Neil and Jackie to take such a brave leap into the unknown.
What a way to fit into Brixham, buying one of the most iconic things that Brixham's ever had. It's fabulous. I genuinely am in shock. What on earth made you do that? Come on.
Neil.
Is it part of you guys having a revenue stream, having a business, having something to do?
It's a business. It is a business, so it's a livelihood as well. Right. You know, it's making an income to support yourself.
I'm intrigued. How much does a ship cost you? Come on. Come on. Come on!
You can speak to our bank manager.
Can you call this home?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
If buying a 16th century English galleon wasn't enough for these restoration romantics, Neil and Jackie have brought me 50 miles to the edge of the beautiful Dartmoor National Park to look at another surprise purchase.
What on earth could you have possibly bought in a place like this?
Ooh, it's a surprise.
What's this? Is that it?
This is it, George.
That's it?
Underground waterworks.
An underground waterworks? Have you two completely lost your marbles?
But this is the influence that he has on me now. I live with him, actually, sadly. But he went to his first property auction on his own. I was on holiday and he sent me a text. Guess what I bought? So I text back, what?
Everybody should buy at auction. But only once, George.
And how much did you pay for it? Come on.
I paid just over £20,000.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I think you're completely mad, and unbelievably bonkers. To pay 20 grand for any sort of property in Dartmoor National Park in this location is quite incredible, actually.
Yeah.
Should we go inside and have a look?
Yeah.
My word.
Welcome to the waterways.
The first thing you see upon entering is a 25-metre-long corridor flanked with 2 enormous water tanks.
It is a fantastic amount of natural light.
Yeah, there's over 800 glass lenses in the roof.
Which is brilliant. So what was it actually used for then?
Well, these were 100-ton water tanks, which we used to filter the water. They bubbled air up from the bottom and exposed it to sunlight to get rid of the radon gas.
It's common for water from this granite-rich landscape to contain radioactive gas, but simply exposing the water to air and sunlight in the tanks made it safe to drink. The waterworks supplied the city of Exeter from the 1960s up until 10 years ago, when it was replaced by a local reservoir.
Oh my word.
100 tons of water in each tank. Make a nice 25-metre swimming pool, Jackie said.
That is an awesome space.
Down here is the control room, which is where they pumped all the air around the...
Oh, man. Oh. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, as you can see, it needs a tiny bit of TLC.
It's fantastic. That is absolutely brilliant.
Set in the middle of a national park with severely restricted access and no possibility of building above ground, this is not an obvious project for a restoration.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, it's a very sensitive site, and I think it would make a great bar for your little studio or a hostel for walkers. It's so sensitive, it needs to be very, very delicate and, you know, very carefully done.
The potential of something like this to be in a national park in this gorgeous location and have underground space, 3,000 square foot of it, and top light, and ventilation, and drainage.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I can see how this would be an incredible space to spend the night for a passing hiker. And with a budget of £200,000, Neil's expertise and the couple's love for a restoration challenge, if anyone can build a business out of a bunker, it's them.
What a space. Honestly, I love the fact that it's this stealth-like underground space. That's the beauty of it. You've gone from a high neo-Gothic, highly decorative church to a hardcore piece of underground industrialism.
Yeah.
You can't get more extreme between the two projects.
We did say never again when we
George did say, oh, you'll do something else.
Yeah, having done the church, you do get a degree of confidence from having done that. You know, I mean, when we were doing it, don't get me wrong. I mean, at times it was really, really tough, but it does give you.
It took about a year to recover from that, really.
It did, but it gives you do get a confidence from it.
This is incredible. At any point over the next few months, if you change your mind, you know there's someone who'll buy it off you. You're really excited about it, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I am really excited about it. It's nice to share it as well, actually, to share the excitement.
So with another project and business venture in the works, it's great to see that Neil and Jackie have caught the restoration bug. What started with the restoration of an abandoned church has now grown into the most exciting lifestyle change in Brixham. And what better way to celebrate than throwing an end-of-year party for the locals on board the Golden Hind.
You know, over the last few years, Neil and Jackie have taken some very brave and bold steps into the unknown. Restoring the Fisherman's Church alone was an epic project. But they've now bought an underground water tank in a national park. And if that wasn't enough, they've bought the most iconic vessel in Brixham Harbour, the Golden Hind. But you know what? I don't think this is the end of Neil and Jackie's restoration life story. If anything, it's the beginning of a whole new and exciting chapter.